Can I get a little bit more? I know it's Sunday, it's been a long weekend, but can I get a little something, something? That's more like it. I'm your host, Chanen, and I'm back to introduce another panel for you all. So, thank you, DJ Rakimpo, for giving us those ones and twos for a little while. Next panel is really special because we're talking about beauty after motherhood, right? Very, very special time in a lot of women's life, female-bodied people, right? So motherhood can be both beautiful and complex. There is no experience like gifting life. This panel will feature mothers within the beauty space who share how their routines have changed after having a child. So allow me to introduce our next moderator. Her name is Victoria Umarogi, and she is an editor and writer from the Midwest who calls Brooklyn, New York home. She is the senior lifestyle editor for Essence magazine and Essence.com, curating content on everything from wellness to parenting to cars, travel, food, and love. And her most important role is being a proud boy mom of two. Y'all give a warm welcome from Miss Victoria.
Hey ladies, how are we doing over here, beautiful people? Hey, everybody good? Can we look alive? How we doing? Good, good, all right. That's better, that's better. Well, thank you for taking the time to be here today to talk about beauty after motherhood. Motherhood is such an important part of our lives, and so we're gonna have a very important conversation about it. And so I want to introduce you to, first and foremost, the beauty editor for Well and Good, Miss Aimee Simeon. Give her a round of applause, please. And then also show some love to Chanen Johnson. She is a wonderful creator. These are both moms, a mom of one and mom of 1.5. Show them some love. Awesome, ladies. So, we're talking about what it's like balancing being new mothers and then also trying to find time to carve out our own routines, our own ways of making ourselves feel special and beautiful. So first, I'm gonna ask you, Aimee, can you describe what your beauty routine was like before you had your child?
Yes. So I am a beauty editor. I have over 10 years of experience in editorial, and I love beauty. So before having my child, I work in beauty, so I'm spending time testing products all day, testing skincare, visiting hairstylists. I had all the time in the world. And then I found out I was pregnant. And pregnancy hit me like a ton of bricks, and I feel like from the moment I saw the positive pregnancy test, I was just a mess until she was born. But I was really able to just have more time on my hands to immerse myself in beauty for work and for personal purposes. And it's not that I don't have the time now, but it just looks a little bit different. It's just a new part of me that I kind of have to get used to.
Got you. And Chanen, what would you say are the most difficult parts of beauty after giving birth, and what are the most rewarding?
I feel like the most difficult part for me for beauty after birth is just the simple fact that I don't have as much time as I used to have. So I had to really perfect like a everyday, it's a lot simpler and things like that. So I don't know, it's a whole different type of routine, but I really enjoy obviously spending time with my daughter, so it's completely worth it. That's the most rewarding part.
Nice. And Aimee, during pregnancy, did you have to alter your beauty routine to adapt to things like swelling, hormonal acne, hair loss, and what was your experience with that?
Yes, so when I found out I was pregnant, my first trimester was rough. I think once I made it to the second trimester, I was really able to see how is this gonna go for me? Luckily, I didn't have to deal with too much hormonal acne. I've struggled with acne my entire life, and thankfully, when I was pregnant, I felt like my baby was my blessing, and she took it all away with her. But swelling was a huge thing that I had to get under control. Even before I was pregnant, I would if I eat too much salty food or if I'm out in the heat, my limbs love to swell. So I had a big fat foot for almost my entire pregnancy and after. So there were adjustments there. I had to look into products that kind of help swelling calm down or whatnot. I packed a lot of that for the hospital. I didn't deal with hair loss until after I gave birth, and my hair actually kind of just stopped falling out. So I'm kind of over that bridge, but there were adjustments, and when I reflect, I just think that the entire process is just so beautiful. And even with the big fat foot, like, I wouldn't trade the experience for anything.
Yes, facts. Any mothers out there? Anybody? Okay, nice, nice. Anybody else experience that postpartum hair shedding that she was talking about? It's a doozy, ain't it? I'm still trying. I'm waiting for my edges to come back. It's been a while, but it's all worth it. It's all worth it. Chanen, did you have any expectations of what your routine would look like as a mother? And how does it compare to your actual reality now that you're living it in the day-to-day?
The one thing for me is that I didn't have any expectations. Getting myself into. It was kind of a culture shock for me, just like having a child and doing all the things and realizing that life was going to change a lot. I definitely started getting into different products when I gave birth because just everything changed about me. My body changed in a completely different way. So yeah, it's just so different, but it's so cool. I feel like a grown woman now.
Yeah, very true, very true. And Aimee, what was your routine like? You already kind of touched on it a little bit, but what was your routine like right after birth compared to now? I know it's always mad hectic in the beginning, but then once you add in like work and everything, when you get back to work, how are you balancing those things and finding time for self-care? You know, and how, if you are able to do that, why is that time so important?
So it's hard, and the only reason why I'm even able to be here to work and to have this opportunity to speak on this stage is because of my village and the people who support me and support my family. So when I am able to get a moment for myself, like, I savor it, and it's sacred to me, because I learned very quickly after birth that, like, things would not be the same. And it's not in a bad way, again, but a new phase of life that you have to adapt to. So I mean, every day is different. Some days I don't have time. I work from home, so there are some mornings where I'm like up and at it at 7 o'clock. My teeth is brushed and my hair is done and I'm ready. And then there are some days where it's like 4 o'clock and I'm like, oh shit, I haven't taken a shower yet today. Like, what am I doing? Yeah. And I've just learned to give myself grace. When I have extra time, when someone can watch baby, and I can get my hair done or get a massage or do my nails at home, like, I really cherish those moments. But when I can't get those things done, you know, it's not the end of the world. I just try to remember that I'm doing the most important thing by immersing myself into focusing on my daughter in whatever moment she needs my attention. So just having those conversations with myself.
Nice. And I did want to ask both of you ladies, like you mentioned, like, one of the things you might like to do when you do have a moment is to maybe get your hair done, do something fancy. What is your go-to mode of self-care when you do have that time somebody's watching, you know, your child for you and you're like free, like, oh my God, I have like the whole afternoon to myself. I have the whole day. What is it that you have to do? Maybe it's a massage, maybe it's a dance class. Like, what is your thing that really makes you feel like you? Because we have to get back to like being us, not just mommies, but like, what is the thing that like, oh, I can't wait to do this when I have the time?
For me, one of my favorite things to do is go to the spa. I was never really a spa girly before, but now that I have a child, I take any time to go get a spa treatment. My husband always surprises me and like books something for me, which is great. And then I just get to like, he texts me in the morning, he's like, you have a spa appointment today and your mom's coming to watch the baby, so it's perfect. That's my favorite thing. Another thing for me is a really long shower. I never used to like care about my great long showers, and now I'm like, wow, I have 20 minutes to myself. I could take a shower. So it's really nice to have a little moment to yourself, even if it's like a quick shower, just to be able to like regroup, take care of yourself, your skin, your hair, whatever, and just feel yourself again.
Yeah, no, I feel that because I often have to rush. Like,
Right.
I'll try to take a shower, and then somebody will be like, I have to use the bathroom.
Right.
Tommy got to go. He has to use the potty. It's like, oh, my goodness. So a long shower, it really hits.
Yes.
How about you, Aimee?
So before I gave birth, I was really dedicated and committed to deep tissue massage, acupuncture, and cupping, which I found to be extremely healing. So I'm trying to get back into that, trying to at least see my acupuncturist once a month, just to help remove tension and help like my body manage stress. But even when I can't make it there, I've been like really big on doing my own nails at home. I'll put a TV show on and just sit down and like try to like do better every single time and just take care of myself and show up for myself in that way. And also I feel like when you get your nails done, you just feel like your life is just not chaotic.
You don't feel like Shrek no more.
Yeah, exactly. So when I don't want to feel like Shrek, I put the TV on, I sit down, and I'm trying to do gel X on my own at home. And I just take care of myself in that way.
Nice, I love that. And Chanen, what was your relationship with beauty when you were growing up? And what would you say, now that you're a mother, what is the most important beauty lesson that you would like to pass on to your daughter?
Growing up, I did gymnastics, and so I always had competitions, and I loved doing my makeup for competitions and getting pretty and just feeling cute. And that's something that I've really obviously my child's just turned 1. Well, tomorrow she turns 1. So
Happy
she's
early
not there-
birthday.
Thank you. She's not there yet, but I'm really excited. I'm a girl mom. I'm having another girl. I want her to get into the beauty space and just enjoy it the same way that I do, and just do all the fun little pamper things that I love to do before gymnastics meets. I can't wait till she's in school and I get to makeup on her and do fun things like that. So I'm really excited to share those memories with her.
Nice, I love that. And Aimee, how about you? What are some of the beauty lessons that you got to learn growing up, and what would you want to pass on to your daughter?
Well, my daughter also just turned 1 last week, and
Happy birthday to her too.
thank you.
Come on.
Wow.
Yeah, I know, we're right behind each other. And I think for me, she's been allowing me to sit, and she's been sitting so I can do her hair. And I think for so many Black women, especially Caribbean women, I remember that position in my mom's legs so clearly. And I do her hair, and she'll move, and I'm chasing her, and I'm just you know what? I have in the back of my head, I want this to be a pleasant, positive, fun experience. And literally, even if she just lets me do 1 pigtail, I'm thank you, God, thank you, God. I just want her to feel happy and loved, and know that I will do anything to make her feel her absolute best, even if it's a little crooked pigtail. So in even these moments now, I cherish it, and I just am consciously I want my daughter to know when I'm in between my mom's legs and she's doing my hair, we're having fun. It's all good. So that's something that I think about all the time.
Nice, I love that. And so as you guys kind of briefly talked about what beauty was like, right after you gave birth. Now, your daughters are 1. We're kind of you're pregnant again, so, but, but you're kind of out of the kind of early stage rough things where you have a little bit of time to yourself. So maybe before you had your child, you maybe spend more time beating your face down, doing the whole thing. How do you kind of fit your beauty routine into your overall routine as a mom? Are you kind of keeping it a little bit lighter? Do you still find time to really put on a full face? What is it for you? Let's start with you, Chanen.
Sure, it depends on the occasion. If I'm going somewhere, I like to get dolled up. I really enjoy taking time to do my makeup. So part of what I do is I really enjoy, doing makeup routines on TikTok and sharing that with people. So for me, I make it an excuse job, I have to do this, so I might as well get cute, makeup on for everyone. But yeah, I think on a day-to-day basis, I really am not doing a full glam moment, and that's, I think, where a lot of treatments come in. I really like getting my eyebrows laminated or my lashes done, and then I wake up feeling I don't have to go put on mascara every day, and then it just short. Sorry.
Okay, how about you, Aimee?
Yeah, I think, I mentioned earlier, I work remotely, so naturally I think that my daily routine is not fun at all. I'm just kind of ponytail, edge control. As long as I look good enough for these Zoom calls, I'm I don't have time anymore. This was not me before having a child, but when I do get to go to events and network with people, I do take a lot of pride and joy in getting ready and feeling cute. And it feels good to look in the mirror and be oh, well, you still cute. You still
got it.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Nice. And aside from just the beauty, the hair, things like that, we did talk about shedding some hair right after you give birth and things like that. How do you strike a balance between embracing the natural changes that come with motherhood, giving birth, and still feeling confident in your appearance? Because some of the stuff can get you down. Obviously being a mother is beautiful, the outcome is beautiful, but sometimes you look at yourself and you're now how did we get here? So how do you strike that balance, would you say?
I'm still learning how to strike the balance every single day. I talk about this to my sister a lot. Breastfeeding was a new world. I would once I learned and figured it out. I was like, no one told me how much of a toll this is gonna take on you and how you feel and how you look. And now, like, I joke to her and I'm like, I don't know whose boobs these are. Like, what happened here? So I'm working through it every single day, but so I don't know how I'm striking the balance, but honestly, it's part of like an evolution is how I'm looking at it. It's an evolution of womanhood, evolution of self. Like I'm changing every day, and that's okay.
How about you, Chanen?
I feel the same way. It's an evolution. I'm definitely not in a place where I'm just like, wow, my body is changing so much and I'm changing so much and I'm completely okay with it. Like, obviously, it puts a toll on you because your body goes from point A to point B within minutes of popping a baby out. And it's a lot to take in. And I talk about that all the time. It's a big toll on you. But I think that I'm just adjusting to the new me and loving her. And it's really fun to just experience new parts of myself, and obviously I have a great community behind me and family behind me who like help me with my confidence and keep me, feeling myself and feeling cute. But there's so many things that change, and now like I'm pregnant again. So my theory is just to keep having babies until I'm done, and then I'll get back into a routine of figuring who I am again.
Like when it's all done, we'll get back to
When it's all done, we'll get back to the old me.
Nice. And how do you ladies also deal with snapback culture, right? So everybody out here, a lot of people will give birth, and some famous folks will come on the Instagram a week later, like, look at me back in the gym, like, and you're thinking to yourself, like, what the hell? Like, I'm leaking, I'm struggling, like, how are you doing this? So how do you guys deal with that? Like, you look at it and you're like, okay, that's good for you, and push it out the way, or does that ever kind of get to you and make you feel like, should I be doing something else different? Like, what, how does that work for you? And we'll start with you, Shannon, because you were pregnant right now. So how are you kind of navigating those conversations and the things that are being put out there about the need to, like, snap back fast?
Yeah, I never really felt that. I don't think that that's something that I'm dealing with too much because I have a lot of people, like I said, around me who are helping me deal with those, like, ebbs and flows of emotions and things like that. But I don't know. I think getting pregnant pretty quick. I got pregnant 6 months postpartum, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to the gym. Like, I don't go to the gym when I'm pregnant. I don't go to the gym a year after I'm pregnant. So it's been like 2 years since I've been to the gym, but I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all. But maybe like after this one, we'll see. But the pressure is, I'm not gonna go on the internet and be like, wow, look how good I look, or, I just think that can like put people in a headspace because we're all different. We all have different body types. So I just don't think, putting that out there and like making people feel some type of way is good for anyone. So I just didn't take part in it.
Nice. Yeah. How about you, Aimee?
Yeah, I think what you said about us all being different is what I keep in my mind. Even through my work, when I interview moms and like I'm working with them in a different capacity, like I try just to keep in mind like every woman's journey is so different. So like if you can pop a baby out and hit some burpees and do a couple planks immediately after, wow, that's like amazing for you, but like that may not be the case for me or the case for you, and that's okay too. So that's all I tell myself. Like everyone's different. Like if all I can do today is run after my kid and like answer a couple emails, then that's what I accomplished for the day.
Facts. And somebody over at Wellness House was saying, a nutritionist was saying, it takes you 9 months to have a baby. So you should then have you have like an additional 9 months to do whatever you need to do for yourself and to get back to feeling like not to snap all the way back to where you were before, but to get back to what works for you. Yeah. And if you have more than one child, then you got even more time, girl, so you don't even got to rush.
I got all the time. I got to keep having more kids so I have more time for myself.
You were like, I wasn't rushing anyway. And my last question for you ladies is, in what ways has motherhood inspired you to approach beauty and wellness with a more holistic perspective, considering not just an external appearance, but overall health and well-being? Because obviously, how we feel after motherhood shifts mentally, like, you just go through so much with the hormones jumping up and down. So, Aimee, if you can start, like, how has, motherhood changed the way you look at your health overall and your beauty?
I mean, I cared about my health and my wellness overall prior to having a child, but anyone who knows me knows that I'm also very, like, laissez-faire about things. I'm just kind of like, oh, whatever. And now I'm still kind of like that, but I feel I have a deeper passion of making sure that I am showing up as the best version of myself every single day because I do not want to be a mom that my daughter has to heal from. So whatever that means is what I am striving for. Like, I want to take care of myself. I want to make sure that I'm rested. Even if I'm not rested, I want to make sure that I have a good attitude, that I am just showing up in my household in a positive manner, as positive as I can, because some days, you know, it's life. It's not every day is going to be the best day ever, but I'm just trying my best because I don't want to be a mom that my child is going to be like, my mom traumatized me, or like my mom was like angry all the time, or she didn't, like, I don't want to be that example. So I'm just trying to lead by example. And I'm trying to figure that out every day, but, you know, just making sure that I'm in a good space mentally, that if I need help, I ask for it. If I need something, I can voice it and articulate it and find a solution, I think is like just my approach to everything as like I've entered this new chapter.
Nice. And how about you, Chanen?
Yeah, health and wellness is so much more important to me now. I think before a baby, obviously I cared about my body and took care of it, but I think that things didn't affect my body as much. What I ate, what I did, working out, those things weren't really making a difference as much as they are now. You know, I eat sugar now and I feel it. I'm like, when did I get old? So now I kind of just have to be more aware of what's going on, what I'm putting in my body, the products I'm using, you know. I think childbirth just changes your body in a lot of ways, like I keep saying. I think that's the number one thing that I'm experiencing, and then getting pregnant again. Yeah. And for me, like, I'm very hyper aware when I'm pregnant, and so being pregnant, I'm, you know, obviously not putting certain things in my body or topical things. I feel like I have to think about every lotion I'm using and every face wash I'm using. So I'm like so aware of all the like details of every little thing, which is cool because I think, you know, after birth and things like that, it's nice to know these things and know what's good for you and what's not, and what's safe and what's not. So, I mean, it's helping me for the future too, and my daughters.
Nice. I love that. Can we give a round of applause here for Aimee, Simeon, and Chanen Johnson? And for all the mothers, can you clap for yourselves too? Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, guys. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.